And it's a module called Fitness for Leadership, or Fit for Leadership, okay? This is me. All right, my name is Roy Ross, and I'm in the military. I'm in the Army. I'm a major in the United States Army. I'm a former physical therapy specialist when I was enlisted. I'm also what they consider a flexible dieting expert and transformation specialist. I've taken numerous people through the transformation process, and that process can take anywhere from 12 weeks to a year, depending on your personal needs and what your goals are, okay? Here's my personal transformation, all right? This transformation, I don't know, they're making fun of me because of my picture right here on the side. You know, what did Simone say? Simone said I look like one of those commercials and it's standing like this. Right? The new one's like, hello. Hello, right? So this transformation took about a year, all right? And it was taken, the after picture was taken a little over a year ago, okay? Right, so it's important for you to find your way. So who's that little guy in the corner? Right? That's President, that's Theodore Roosevelt, that's Teddy Roosevelt. Now when he was young, he was a small, sickly kid, right? And his father came up to him one day, he was smart, but he said this to him, he said, you have the mind, you do not have the body. Without the help of the body, the mind cannot go as far as it should. You must make the body, right? One of the greatest leaders our nation has produced, and even he knew that you had to produce the body, right? You guys, we already talked about the 21 irrefutable laws, all right? That's next. When we talk about that, I include that quote in that book, because it's important for leadership to have that energy and to have that presence in order to lead. So how are we going to do it? It's all about the Do You resolution. And the reason why I say the Do You resolution is because obviously it's not New Year's. And what a lot of people do is they say, I'm going to start next month. Right? I'm going to start when it's New Year's. On the 1st, it's going down. Right? Like Anna said, you got to start right now. You got to start today. And you're starting right now today with the education, but I'm going to give you a pass. I'm going to let you start the program that I'm going to show you, the Jumpstart, on Monday. All right? But you're starting the education today, and I want you to be thinking about it. But on Monday, I want you to start this Jumpstart that I'm going to take you through. Right, so on the 7-day Jumpstart that you do, the first day is going to be easy. There's nothing to it but to do it. It's kind of a fit test for you. It's going to be a workout, right? And it's very simple. You're going to do some air squats. You guys want me to demonstrate that for you? Have my suit and everything?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, not yet, not yet. I forgot my towel. I was talking about my towel. I was like, because I sweat a lot, right? So I forgot my towel, and I was thinking, man, I was driving over here, I didn't want to turn around and get it. I thought I was going to have, you know, when y'all go out there, get a paper towel, James Brown me. I thought that's why James Brown me, but I think I'm all right. The AC is working well right now. Oh. You got to put the cape over? Like, thank you. Okay, so you're going to do air squats. No weight or anything, just what you have on. You can do this at a break during work. You might get a little sweaty, but you can wake up and do it during your normal workout time, whatever that would be. And when you squat down, it's going to be very simple. It's not going to be fast, not very herky-jerky. You're going to drop down, you're going to do 7 of them. You're going to come down. I don't want to rip my stuff and gain some weight later. So you're going to drop down. I want you to bring your hands like this and come back up. Repeat that 7 times. Go directly to the next workout. Now, this inverted row is something that needs to be done at the gym But if you don't have a gym membership, you can modify it a couple of different ways. If you have weights at home, you can do a bent over row, grab your weights and just bring it up slowly like this. You want to keep your back straight when you bend over and you do that row. You can use 2 gallons of milk, 2 gallons of water, whatever you need in order to make it happen, right? Then push-ups. If you can't do a regular push-up, do push-ups on your knees, right? Do push-ups on your knees. If you don't want to do them on your knees, you can go to a park bench, hold on to the back of the bench or on the seat, and do push-ups there. It's a progression. If you can't do them all the way down, do them on the back of the bench. Do your 7. Next time you do the exercise, drop it down and do it on the seat. That's a little lower, right? That's the progression. After that, go down to the ground. And then you're gonna do lunges. Who hasn't seen a lunge before? All right? That's right. Just like that. You want to do that lunge? I want to rip myself, right? But you're going down. You don't want to take too big of a step, but I just want you to come down. You don't have to hit your knee on the ground, but you want to go low. And when you come up, step back and go with the other leg. You're going to do 7 repetitions for each leg. You're going to do that rotation as many times as possible, as many rounds as possible for 15 minutes. Once 15 minutes have elapsed, you're done. That's all you're doing on day 1. That's it. 15 minutes. That's it. Why are you shaking your head?
That's work. That's real.
That's it. So are the 15 laws of growth.
I got you, man. I can probably do that too.
I believe you can do it. All right, so day 2. Are you tracking? Tracking? All right. And now when I say, are you tracking, everyone's like, oh yeah, I understand. But I'm talking about a different tracking. Tracking I'm talking about is, you gotta write down, you got some goals for the next day. I want you to drink at least 6 glasses of water. And everyone's like, what about 8? Who here drinks 8 glasses of water on a regular basis? All right. More? So she said, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. The reason why I say 6 is I want you to get used to it. If you just take a gallon of water and start drinking water right away, you're going to be running to the bathroom, you're going to feel full, you're going to feel bloated, all that jazz. Take it easy. I want you to ease into it for this first week, okay? So go ahead and drink 6 glasses of water, and throughout the week, throughout the time, I want you to progress to at least a gallon of water a day. So you got those bottles of water, right? It's about 7 bottles of water, right? So go ahead and make it 8. And make it even. I like even numbers, right? So I walk around. I typically walk around, and it doesn't look that good when you're dressed up, but I typically walk around with a gallon of water every day. And I know I got to finish at least that gallon of water, and then I start another one. I get through about 1.5 gallons a day of water. 1.5 gallons a day of water. All right, get at least 7 hours of sleep. This takes a plan to get 7 hours of sleep. It takes a plan, because I know that most days I don't get 7 hours because I'm on the grind, right? I'm on the grind. So for the normal folks, they get at least 7 hours of sleep, but you guys are half man or half woman, half amazing. So you may get a little less because you're on the grind and you're trying to work through this professional development. So you may get a little less, but you want to strive to get as much sleep as possible, because that's when a lot of the transformation happens. You're going through these exercises, you're going through this diet, right? Your body needs to rebuild and regenerate. That happens while you're sleeping, okay? All right, now the number 1 goal for day 2 is I want you to track. This is what I'm talking about. Are you tracking? I want you to track everything you eat, good or bad. Doesn't matter. The other night, the other day, someone came by and they were planting cookies in our office. They're trying to sabotage us. They were putting cookies all over the place. They were my favorite. There were vanilla sandwich cookies were placed everywhere in the office, and one right on my desk. So I took the pack home. I did. And I didn't just eat the cookies, but I dipped them in peanut butter. Sure did. I dipped them in peanut butter. And they were tasty. Right? And I ate like 6 of them. No, they were regular size, like the size of an Oreo, that size. And I tracked it. Say, how you track it? Well, I'll tell you how I did that later. But I tracked it. Now, when you do it, there's apps for it. Everyone says, well, there's an app for that. I don't want you to use the app. I want you to use a regular pencil and paper, write it down. It's almost like, you guys ever heard of Dave Ramsey? Right, you guys heard of Dave Ramsey? And he likes people to use cash. Why does he like people to use cash? You can track that, and it's that emotional connection. That emotional connection to laying down those greenbacks is hard. If you buy something for $600, it's hard to lay out $6 $100 bills, right? That hit you deep. Right? But when you swipe that card, it's almost like it didn't happen. When you write it down, I want you to see, I just ate 4 slices of Costco combo pizza. Okay? I just drank a liter of regular Coca-Cola. I just had 2 scoops of Bunny Tracks Blue Bunny ice cream. I said that because I just had that too. That's why I named that. That's why, because it was my birthday, guys. So I had some marble cake and some Blue Bunny ice cream. Thank you. I'm getting older, I tell you. All right, and then on day 3, it's time for you to step your game up. You're going to do everything on day 1, which is that same exercise rotation that I told you about. And then you're going to do everything on day 2. So that's the sleep, that's the water, that's the tracking. All that jazz will happen on day 3. And this is where the magic happens. Okay? This is where the magic happens. Right here, everybody sees me in the gym putting in that work. They don't see me at home putting in the real work. Okay? That right there is meal prepping. That right there is the diet. But let me tell you what my mission is. Okay? My mission is for you to get fit and burn fat as efficiently and as safely as possible without the diet suffering, right? The diet suffering. So when I say diet, everyone cringes. Ooh, diet. No one wants to be on a diet. No one wants to be on a diet. Everyone wants to eat Bunny Tracks and dip cookies in peanut butter and eat 4 slices of Costco pizza and be like this, hello, I'm fabulous. Right? But nobody wants to be hungry. No one wants to have cravings. Nobody wants to be moody. So this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to teach you how to reach your goals and lose the fat without having all of those, the hunger, the cravings, the moodiness. You eat more foods that you like. There's a reason why I got to eat those Bunny Tracks. There's a reason why I got to have the cookies. Okay? Right? And I don't want you to be hangry. Because I get hangry. I don't even know why. I get hangry. Get hangry. Can you guys read the definition of hangry? A state of anger caused by a lack of food. Hunger causing a negative change in emotional state. Translation, feed me or I'll cut you. Cut you. Don't play with my food. All right, so in order to do this, you gotta do a clean diet. Right? Clean diet. So every day is what you're gonna eat. You're gonna eat chicken breast, white turkey, white fish, egg whites, vegetables, brown rice. That's it. Just everything on that list. That's it. Are you guys cool with that?
Yeah.
You not cool with that, Anna? Everybody look at it.
Carmelita bar from Whole Foods.
What's it called?
Carmelita.
Is that tasty? I gotta try it. I don't know if I can afford Whole Foods though. You walk in there, I need a loan to go to Whole Foods. I need a loan, I'm in Whole Foods, like, I'm gonna get the Carmelita bar, and they be like, why you breaking it in half? I'm like, I didn't want to pay for half. That's all I want. I just want to pay for half. All right. I got something better than that, y'all. I got something better. See that? Yeah. That's my adopted child right there. I say, that's not true. All right. So this baby is like, are you for real? I can eat whatever I want as long as it fits my macros. Macros? What are macros? Right? I'm going to teach you guys about flexible dieting. And I'm going to keep talking about flexible dieting, these macros, but I'm going to tell you what those are in a second. So, with these magical macros, and I'm not talking about the thing on Windows that automatically calculates things for you, or that. I'm not talking about that. Okay, macros. The amount of macros consumed in the day is going to determine your health goals, right? So I'm going to get some information from you, and then help determine what your macros are. Macros. Okay? Flexible dieting, you get to eat what you want. You get to eat what you want. Now, not all the time, but you get to eat what you want, right? Dirty foods, right? Pizza, ice cream, right? White bread. White bread? Right? Croissants. My kids love croissants. I'm a big Costco. I'm not a Sam's Club fan. I'm a Costco fan. I go to Costco, and they have the croissants, and I got to put them way high up in the pantry because I come down, the kids, they put Nutella too. They'll take Nutella, put it in, croissants. You don't like that?
I don't like chocolate.
No, you don't like chocolate? Do you like bacon? Turkey bacon? But you don't, okay, you don't eat pork? Okay, I'm no longer turning to that side of the room. All right, so you're going to eat a combination of the dirty foods and the clean foods in order to meet your goals based on your macros, all right? So everything is going to be focused on these magical entities that we call macros, okay? So what are these macros that you speak of? Right. Fats, carbs, and proteins. That's what we're tracking. That's what we're going to track. We're going to track the number of fats, carbs, and proteins that you get, and that's going to be determined based on your goals, right? Do you want to just lose fat? You want to build muscle? Are you just trying to maintain? Are you trying to recomp? Let's recomp. Recomp it's recomposition. You are losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time. Some people think that's impossible. It's not entirely, it's very difficult, not entirely impossible, but it's very tricky as far as planning your diet. It's hard to do it alone. Very hard to do it alone. And, but the good part is it's much easier for a beginner than it is for a person that's lifted for a long time, okay? It's that, they call it the beginner magic. You know, when you're young or you haven't been in the gym for a while and you go back in there and next thing you know, it's like weight just starts falling off. People are like, man, I wish I could lose that fast. It's because your body is feeling something for the first, what it thinks is the first time, and it's working really hard to keep up, okay? So you make changes very rapidly if you've been out of the game for a while, right? So I take into a couple of factors. What I do for everyone first is I find your basic macros, and how I do that is based on your height, your weight, your gender, also time. Say, why do you need to know the time? Well, I need to know the time is because I need to know how aggressive we need to be for you to lose weight. So you have a wedding, you have a wedding in 2 months. I'm not gonna let you starve. I'm not gonna let you drop your calories to 500 calories and you're just eating rice cakes every day. I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm gonna tell you that's not gonna happen. Right? Your goal's not gonna happen. But if we had a little bit more, we can get you looking better, and if we have a little bit more time, we can get you to your goal, right? So, because like I said, I want to get you there safely, all right? And once again, these are only your basic macros. So what we do first is we take your caloric need, right? So let's say you are, what is the FDA say? They say you need a 2,000 calorie diet. Everyone's like 2,000 calories, it's magical 2,000 calories. I don't know the last time I ate 2,000 calories. I would start with that if I ate 2,000 calories. I would. I'm a hungry guy, right? But what you do is you take those calories and the percentage of those calories are going to come from the 30% of those calories are going to be used up by protein, 40% of those calories are going to be used up by carbs, and another 30% are going to be used up by fat. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to calculate that? Well, either you can do the math, or there's an app for that. Right? There's an app for that. So, but just a quick breakdown, protein, 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. 1 gram of carbs, 4 calories. 1 gram of fat is 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. 9 calories, okay?
1 gram of protein is how many calories?
4. Carbs are 4. Fat's 9. 9. So fat's not bad. Everyone's like, remember the back in the day, the craze was everything needs to be fat free. Fat's not bad. There's just a high amount of calories that go along with that. And there's also good and bad types of fat. So we're gonna have some tools that we're gonna need to make this happen. Okay? You're gonna need to be able to read food labels. You're gonna need this magical app. There's an app for that. There are many different apps, but this one is mine. No. This is my favorite one. That is my MyFitnessPal app. I have it on my phone. I recommend you go to your phone and you download it. In order to be successful, you will need an app. You will need MyFitnessPal to make it happen. If you're not doing it, do it. You already have it? Oh, let me see it. No? Right? And then you also need a food scale. I have 3 of them. I have 3 food scales in my house. Okay? This one costs like $18, right? I have another one, yeah, and we don't say sandwich, we say sandwich here, right? There's I have another one that costs $16, and then I have an additional food scale, because the reason why I have 3 is I'll be somewhere and I'll like, oh, I gotta take my food scale, and I'll be TDY, and I'll buy a food scale. And I have another one that costs almost $30 because it looks all cool and sleek, right? But my favorite one is the $16 one. That one works the best. All right, so another name for flexible dieting is IIFYM, right? The people in school, if it fits your macros. I had a friend, she was like, oh, she was eating a burger, and she was so serious about it, she said, oh, if it fits your mouth, you can eat whatever you want. Right now. So, you see, she's eating donuts. Donuts are okay, as long as it fits your macros at the end of the day. Okay? So, we talked about carbs, we talked about fats. There's good carbs, there's bad carbs, there's good fats, there's bad fats, right? And you can have a little bit of each one, but I don't want you to forget about quality, nutritious food. Right? I keep saying eat what you want, but that's not everything. You cannot forget about quality, nutritious food. You don't want to go around and just eat pizza because guess what? You are going to fill up your calories so quick, you're not going to have enough calories left to meet your macros. Because it's not just staying under. If I tell you that I want you to eat 100 grams of protein a day, I want you to get as close to 100 grams of protein a day. You don't get a prize for going under. There's no prize for going under. Okay? No spirit fingers. Right? It's not coming. It's not coming here. I want you to hit 100 grams of protein that day, every day. And if you eat pizza, you're not going to make it because you're going to have too many calories. Okay? So you have that slice. Don't eat the whole thing. Don't eat the whole pizza. You can have the whole slice. You can have the whole slice. Yeah, don't eat the whole pizza. All right, so good carbs, let's get whole grains, vegetables, fruit, bad carbs, simple sugars, refined. I just had Mexican the other night, and I was still in my brain. Refined bread, sweets. That's the white bread, right? I prefer white bread on certain things, like if I eat a bologna sandwich. Sometimes you just need to take it back to the good old days. Right? You don't need to take it back, you know. Fried bologna sandwich. Right. So, okay, I didn't tell you guys this. I'm from California. I had no clue what a pork roll was. No clue. I can't, huh? Pork roll? Huh? Taylor pork. I can't open like, what is this? What's that pork? It's just like a different kind of bologna, like real good slice or something like that. But it's not, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it a different type of bologna?
Or I don't know what it's like.
I gotta interject.
Okay.
All of us from Trenton right now are ready to kill you for saying that. We got our own pork roll in Trenton.
And you got your own special pork
We got
roll?
this Trenton, Taylor pork roll is Trenton pork roll.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
That's right. Is it good?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
It's Chris gonna ask me real fast. Go to Mr. Jimmy. You only get it from Mr. Jimmy. You don't go to Acme.
You know good acting?
Go to Mr. Jimmy.
So fruit, off, because some fruits that say are.
Once again, so get your macros, right? So if you like the fruit, have the fruit, right? If you like the fruit, have the fruit. There are some fruits that are easier that you can consume a lot more. You can eat a lot of strawberries, right? You can eat a lot of strawberries. Don't do like my mom did and put sugar on top of the strawberries. But it was good though, right? It was good. So you can eat a lot of strawberries, a lot of blueberries. Blueberries are great for you. Apples have a lot of sugar, right? So does what?
I thought I was doing so good, eating all this water.
But you are though, because it's not bad for you. You just have to track it, okay?
I know we got a small portion.
You can have a smaller portion though, okay? But it's so good. And do you put salt on your watermelon?
No, I don't.
Try it.
No.
It's good.
It is good.
You ever
but
tried it? I
I
mean,
have tried.
I don't recommend it, but if
It
you
is
try
good, but I
it.
don't
Straight guilty of that.
Put a little salt on your watermelon. Okay. Oh, but I wanted to say something though about the different fats. Obviously, you want to stay away from trans fat. I'm never going to tell you that's okay, right? But saturated fat is not as bad as people think. Because, because what a lot of people also don't know is what you need to build muscle, big muscles, right, is testosterone. And saturated fat naturally builds your testosterone level, right?
We didn't want that. I'm sorry.
Now,
I wasn't thinking that.
you still need it a little bit.
We don't need it in abundance.
Right. Just like men need estrogen, right? We need small level estrogen. My level's a little high. That's how I look so clean. for men, their testosterone levels higher than women, and vice versa. So you do need testosterone in order to build muscle, period, right? And I want you to build muscle because once I start training someone, what's the first thing that women always say when I start getting them? I don't want to look like a man. You're not.
That was it.
Ella, you're not. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay? Because unless you go to the pharmacy and start getting testosterone injections, you are not going to get swole. It's not going to happen. Okay? But what it will do is it will build your frame and situate those curves. That's what the muscles will do. Right? So you got to build those muscles. And also, as you build the muscle, like I said, if I eat anything under 3,000 calories, I lose weight. Okay? I lose weight. And the reason why is as you build up your muscle, your body becomes a fat-burning furnace, a machine, because your muscles need so much nutrition, so many calories in order to stay the way they are. It just burns food up. It just burns calories up. Right? Burns calories up. If I want to gain weight, right? I had to force feed myself. I was complaining back then. The guys were like, "Oh, I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat." I had to eat 3,700 calories. Oh, I don't want to eat. I had to force feed myself. Right? Build your muscle. Your body becomes a fat burning machine. All right. So, you guys ready? Are y'all ready? Okay. We're not exercising. I sweat, so I don't want to do too much.
All that walking outside?
Okay, so I'm opening up my FitnessPal app right now, okay? And I have it set for a regular, the 2,000 calorie diet that everyone talks, this magical diet that everyone talks about, 2,000 calories, right? And there are a few features on here that I like with this MyFitnessPal, all right? So, what you do is, as you go into MyFitnessPal, it has a few different, it has it separated by breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack, okay? And so, I have a snack the first thing in the morning, because I was going through this fast. I've been fasting for 7 or 8 hours, right, that I was supposed to be sleeping. Well, as I wake up, the first thing I do is, while I'm making breakfast, or before I go and run or work out, I have a shake. I have a 1-scooper shake, okay? And so, what everyone is so frustrated or so afraid of with tracking their food is, I don't want to have to write all this down and calculate. I have to look back here, right? And I have to see, okay, this is 130 calories for 1 scoop, 1.5 grams of fat. Okay, 24 grams of protein. Okay. Right? You don't have to do all that. For the majority of the items at the grocery store, what's so cool about this? You go to, and I call this a snack. You go to your snack on your phone. And there's a barcode icon. Yeah, the Weight Watchers is smart. Yeah, they are. Weight Watchers is good. I'm an advocate for Weight Watchers. I'm not trying to buy their food, right? Because that's not worth it. But as far as the tracking, it's pretty good. Now, the barcode, you take it. Where is this barcode
But
on
this
here?
MyFitness app is free.
It is free, 50 free. If it ain't free, it ain't me. Okay? So you can get, this protein right here has like one of those QR codes right next to it. You gotta cover it up. For some reason it tries to read that all the time. Right? So bam, it pops up right here. Cookies and cream whey, 1.5 fat, 4 carbs, 24 grams of protein, and 130 calories. Right? And then usually I only have the 1 scoop in the morning, but when I have them during the day, I have 2 scooper shakes. Those are the only real shakes, the 2 scoopers when you're trying to get swole.
What are you trying to get little? I'm not saying for me.
You can have the 1 scooper.
Okay.
Trying to get swole.
I'm not trying to get swole. I'm trying to
Little.
Yes.
Yeah, you won't look like that.
Somebody needs a definition of swole.
Swole? Stand up, Sherman.
Which one?
No, hey. No,
That's what
I always have my proxy.
You see what I got?
Hey, I feel so sorry for you.
Y'all keep me in prayer.
All right. So scan it that easy. It's been the same thing for the peanut butter. Same thing for these ready to drink shakes.
What about it?
Huh? See, these ready to drink shakes. That's my daughter says they're my favorite.
My favorite.
They're my favorite. Okay? And the reason why they're my favorite is because I feel like they actually do taste like chocolate milk. Right? Some of them like eat like muscle milk. That's disgusting.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
We used to have to drink at when I played at college.
Yeah.
I used to force feed it to us. Oh God. We had like cases in our, it was terrible.
Right? Yeah. That's why they were free. These actually taste like chocolate milk. And they typically go on sale, once again, like I said, I'm a Costco person. They go on sale a pack of 18 for like $20. It's not as cheap as doing the scoop.
So you do one or the other, and that's all this question.
I do one or the other. So
So
let's go
that's
on the
easy,
show.
like in the morning, like going to work.
Yeah, I actually keep tubs of this at work. And they're like, what are you doing? I'm walking around shaking, hey, what's up, guys?
And your gallon of water.
And gallon of water, yep. Sometimes, and thank you for bringing that up. So, the gallon of water. When I'm making my shakes, I'll pour some of the water from my gallon to make the shake. That counts, okay? That counts as usually, it doesn't have to be a gallon of straight water, right? And your other liquids, those count too, right? But if you use other liquids, make sure you're tracking them, right? So if you are drinking, if you make Kool-Aid, is that what he said? If you make Kool-Aid, that counts as your water intake, but that's a lot of sugar, a lot of calories in it too, so you have to track that, right? Right? And if it's not the pre-made sugar, if it's the sugar you made at the house, like my sister used to make, what flavor you want? Red? Right? That's not okay. Don't do it like that. But they say there's somebody said, diabetes runs in your family because no one runs in your family. They're so mean, but it's for real though, right? Okay. So we have some other snacks that I like, Quest bars. There's a good amount of carbs in these, but has anyone ever tried Atkins? The Atkins kind of diet? Well, I'm not a huge advocate of it, they call it a ketogenic diet, to where you have really low carb, high fat, high protein, and trust me, it works. It does work. But you have to do it right because a lot of people eat a lot of the wrong foods. And you have to, what we call reverse diet, back your way off of it into eating normal stuff, because if you just start eating normal stuff, you'll gain the weight back really quick, okay? But these have a good amount of carbs, but it has a low net carbs, meaning there's a lot of fiber in there. So what they do is you take your carbs and you subtract the fiber, and that's what you get for your net carbs. It says very low net carbs, about 20 grams of protein. I do find that Quest bars tend to be a little hard. So what I do, some people throw them in the microwave for a little bit. I just sit them on my dashboard when I'm driving, and then I eat them once I get to where I'm going. You know, just warm enough to eat them. I'm a huge peanut butter fan. Go to Walmart or the commissary. That's where I get my peanut butter from. Not just Jif, you can get this from anywhere, but they have this My wife wouldn't let me take it out of the house because it's so good. She's like, you might not bring it back. When I was dipping the cookies, I was dipping them in this flavor called White Chocolate Wonderful from PB and Company. You gotta try it. But there's another white chocolate peanut butter here from Nuts and More. It's a high protein peanut spread. If you're really pushing and you really want a good protein source for protein, it's good. Not as good as the regular peanut butter. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's not as good as regular peanut butter, or not as good as the PB and Company White Chocolate Wonderful, but it's a good substitute. There, and then so with the MyFitnessPal, you can scan, you can type it in, right? And you can also, it also saves your most recent. And the good part about it too is, so say you make something on a regular basis, or you go somewhere to eat on a regular basis. Chipotle. Everyone goes to Chipotle. That's where all the fitness people go to Chipotle. Or Qdoba. If you don't eat it, Qdoba's good. Burrito bowl, or at Qdoba they have the new tortilla soup. Try and get it. Okay. So what you can do is, I get the same thing every time, and I enter all of those ingredients on the phone. You save the ingredients, and so I go in there and I just put Chipotle meal, bam, and it puts all 7 ingredients that I always get, and it's always there waiting for me. Right? That's awesome. And then and also recipes. So if I make a pot of spaghetti, right? I make a big pot of spaghetti. What I do is I take all the ingredients that I make, that I use for that spaghetti, and throw it in there. And then I put a pound of 97% lean hamburger, right? And I put a box of whatever brand's spaghetti noodles. I put I scan it, right? I scan the entire container of this sauce, right? All that stuff, you put it in there, and then you just tell it how many servings you're gonna make out of it, and it breaks it all down for you, right? So, and you can save it, and you save it, so whenever we have spaghetti Sunday, my daughter likes spaghetti Sunday, and she likes it better when Daddy makes spaghetti Sunday, because Mommy's spaghetti Sunday is not as good. So, what is it? He lives and he cooks. So, all right, so MyFitnessPal, is it necessary? Yes, it is. Okay, as I walk through. So the pros of IFIM or flexible dieting, you get to eat a variety of things, and you're eating all these different items. Your body senses the different items. You don't plateau as quickly. When you just eat the same thing over and over again, your body gets used to it, you will plateau very quickly. All right? You get to eat the food you enjoy. You get to go out. You get to go see. Clean diets make you unsocial. I don't want to go there. Who wants to go somewhere and eat rice cakes and everyone's eating pizza? No one wants to do that, right? So you stay in the house. Flexible dieting, you can go out. Right? But this is what I recommend. I recommend that you go to chains, national chains. Because then you can find it online, and it's inside MyFitnessPal. It's there. If you go to Geno's down the street,
It's going fire.
it's not.
It's going good.
It's gonna be good. I like to stick with a flexible dieting program than just strict clean eating. All right. So the cons of this diet. I'm gonna tell you what I talked about earlier. You think you can eat what you want, and you start eating that pizza, and you eat the whole thing. It's not okay, right? Or you get stuck on. Sometimes people become obsessive with planning their diet, right? So you'll go and you're looking around, and you're trying to get it, exactly on point. And you're looking at your food like, I don't know what to eat. Sometimes you're starving because you're spending so much time trying to figure out what you're going to eat. Relax. ease into it. You will get used to it, right? You will get used to weighing your food. Like I was saying last night when we were talking, whenever I measure, I still use my food scale. But a lot of times I scoop it and I put it on there and it's almost exact because I've been doing it so much, right? It's easy money. Another good thing is have more than one food scale. You don't want your food to get cold, right, while you're weighing stuff. And so if you have two people, which is always easier if both, you know, if you're married, if your spouse or your significant other are dieting also, if you're both doing it, you want to have two, so you don't have to, you don't have to stand in line and then wait, and then, okay, you have two, do it at the same time. All right. So, after you learn what your macros are, all right, so when you typically I have this whole formula for calculating your macros, and I still use it when I coach you personally. But on my FitnessPal, they have a quick questionnaire in there, and it'll give you your calories. So what I want you to do, these instructions are on the handouts that I gave you. What I want you to do is, when you go into my FitnessPal and you enter your goal, so you say you want to lose weight, I want to lose 1.5 to 2 pounds a week, right? If that's your goal, or I want to gain, a pound or whatever. So what it'll do is, once it gets your height, weight, gender, it'll kick out how many calories you're supposed to eat a day. And it'll also kick out your macros, but I don't like their macros. I don't think they work, okay? I want you to go into the manually and adjust your macros to meet the 30, 40, 30, right? So 30 protein, 40 carbs, and 30 fats manually. And then you will follow that for about 2 weeks. Okay? And the reason why I have people do that is you follow that for 2 weeks, what I call the basic macro plan, and that's so I can see how your body reacts to that ratio. Okay? See how your body reacts to that ratio. And on top of that, what I do is I take some other factors into play for your body fat percentage, right? And then I can also tell by how you look what type of body type you have. If you're an ectomorph, an endomorph, okay? So what an ectomorph is a person who's naturally really skinny, like the bean pole people are what they're called, right? I was a football player, right? So I break it down by positions, right? So the wide receiver dudes are usually the ectomorphs, right? And then you get then you get the running back, linebacker guys, we call them the mesomorphs, right? So the ectomorphs have so much trouble gaining weight, right? They have so much trouble gaining weight. We have to adjust their macros in order for them to gain weight. They're on a very high carb diet, okay? The mesomorphs, those are the folks that, I raise my hand. Like we could lose weight or gain weight very easily with slight changes in our diet. Slight changes. We decide, I wake up, I'm going to, in 2 weeks, I want to lose 8 pounds. I adjust my diet and it happens, okay? But on the flip side is, I don't track anything, I eat what I want. Gain weight happens. I showed you the picture, it happened, I promise, right? And then you have the endomorphs, those are like the lineman guys. Those guys, the larger, the big boned people are very sensitive to carbs, okay? Weight packs on very quickly, very difficult to lose weight, but they can also gain muscle very quickly. So we have to focus on them gaining that muscle in order to make their body that fat burning furnace that we talked about, okay? All right, so after you go on there, calculate your macros, you see what you're supposed to be eating as far as your macros. Then what you do is you go in and clean out your kitchen, right? Clean out the kitchen of the really bad stuff that you just know you shouldn't be eating. It's not healthy for you. I'm not pushing you to eat clean, but some stuff you just shouldn't have, right? Some stuff you just shouldn't have. Go ahead and clear it out. Or think about how you want to eat, how you want your diet to be, and I want you to go ahead and stop that stuff. A lot of people have children, right? So you have children, what we do is I steal their snacks, right?
You sound all guilty.
I like the Sunkist fruit snacks. The oranges taste like oranges. Like the strawberries taste like strawberries. It's really good. Like I steal their snacks. What's that from? What movie is that from? You never seen Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory? Really?
No, no kidding.
Oh, yeah. All right. So clear it out. You're still doing the water, and I want you to do that circuit workout again, right? The one where you're squatting and doing that stuff. What that is once you first start working out, everyone gets very sore. Everyone gets very sore, and that's not too strenuous, although it's not easy. You'll get sore, but not too sore. And then when you move into lifting weights or doing something more strenuous, you won't hurt as bad as if you just went into it right away, okay? All right, I haven't mentioned this whole time any cardio. I haven't mentioned any cardio this whole time. I'm not a fan of cardio. I do not like cardio. Yeah, they say just skip it, right? Just don't do it. Don't do it. No. I do recommend high intensity interval training. Now there is a place for what we call LISS, which is low intensity steady state training. But if you want to burn fat very quickly and raise your metabolism, that's the way to do it. So what I want you to do, it doesn't matter if you're running, doesn't matter if you go on the elliptical, doesn't matter if you're walking. I want you to go out and you do 3 minutes slow and 1 minute as fast as you can, as hard as you can. Right? Whether that's walking, running, whatever. 3 minutes slow, 1 minute fast, until you reach 20 minutes. And that's it. 20 minutes of cardio is all you need. That's it. 20 minutes. You don't gotta run 5 miles. Anything over 2.5 miles is way too long for me. Right?
1 mile.
1 mile. Also, on this day is the day that I want you to start tracking your food and adhering to your new macros. Okay? So start tracking your food on day 6 of the jump start. And then from now on. Why are you smiling like that? You ready?
You're smiling, so I'm good.
Is that mirror thing?
Yes.
Okay. All right, now, day 7. You shall rest. You shall rest. But I want you to sit back and reflect on everything that you've accomplished during the first 6 days and realize that it's not as bad as you thought it was going to be. And think about what you want to achieve, where you want to go with this. Think about the energy that you're going to have after this process is over. And think about how you're going to look. And I'm going to do a disclaimer, okay? And I should say this first part at the beginning. Before you get into any strenuous exercise, ensure that you contact your physician, right?
You doing the voiceover now?
Yeah, sure. But I am also not to be held liable when your significant other starts getting jelly because of how you look now. All right? Jealous. Yeah. When they start getting jealous of how you look now, right? There's another meme that I've seen with Ike Turner, right? Ike Turner, his face of him is like, why you going to the gym? You trying to get strong enough to leave me? Right? Might happen. Tell them. Might cause some problems. They might like it at first. And they're like, what? you're getting a lot of attention on your social media. You know? All right. Okay, so, if you guys didn't notice, the main thing I talked about, I just touched on the actual workout. Because that's, like I said, it's the diet. That's when I started seeing big changes in my physique, was when I changed the diet. Okay? So, like The Rock says, to eat is a necessity, but to eat intelligently is an art. It's the art. All right, we have any questions? Okay, so if you look in your sheets that were handed out, on that last page, what I did was I started up a mastermind group for the participants here, and it's called Fit for Leadership. And in that Fit for Leadership, what we're going to do is we're going to take you through a 12-week transformation. Okay? And in that 12-week transformation, what you're going to do based on your goals, you're going to get a workout plan that gets adjusted throughout the 12 weeks based off of how you're doing. You're also going to get a custom macro plan. Now, again, have you noticed, I don't tell you exactly what to eat. I don't tell you eat 1 cup of rice. I am not a dietitian. And I don't know what your food allergies are. Right? I don't know any of that. But I do know that if you go within your parameters of what you're allowed to eat, what you like to eat, and you fit within these macros that I'm going to adjust for you as the time goes along, you will meet your goals. You will. You will make a transformation. Okay? I also created, it's going to be a cohort style, so it'll be done online. We're going to have a Facebook group, and in the Facebook group, we can go ahead and share any recipes that you come up with. You can share any trouble that you're having. Maybe someone else in your cohort is having the same issue. We can talk about it on the forum. Okay? You can, what I do periodically is, I will go ahead and do a full day of eating. I'll video it, right? I'll video it and I'll write it down. Hey, just woke up in the morning, I'm gonna have an English muffin with some Trader Joe's cookie butter and 2 bananas on top. And then for what I'm gonna have a zucchini spaghetti. You guys ever use that? Make that a zucchini spaghetti with grilled chicken, pasta sauce with some Parmesan cheese. Yeah, and you have squash spaghetti too. I'll go through a whole day so you guys can see what I'm eating, how I'm doing it, how I'm preparing, right? And I challenge you to do the same. Go ahead and share what you're eating on this forum so we can all be motivated and get better together. Because my goal, October 1st, the Brooklyn Invitational, I want to stand up there and look really good. So I have, a little over 9 weeks to get super shredded to the bone and stand up on stage with small shorts.
Get swole.
Get swole. Well, actually, the get swole time's over. Actually, now I'm just trying to lose all this. Okay? So, we all do it together. Typically, what I charge for that's very close to my center plan, which is the online coaching. You get the forum. You get the once a week. I will email you, let you know where you're at after you send me all of the information I need from you, which will include what you've been eating, what you've been doing for your workout, and an update with photos. Okay. And then I come back and I let you know how you're doing. In addition to that, I typically don't have the Facebook group. I added that to that. That is typically $249. We're here today, like Anna said, go ahead and take your pen out and scratch across that. Right, I like that. Go ahead and wipe it up. That is $149. $149 to be in the Fit for Leadership cohort. Okay, and we have the website. You go to www.rospi, ROSPI, that's Ross Performance Institute. You go there, you can sign up under the group training, and it'll have Fit for Leadership. You go ahead and go through there, and you can pay through PayPal. Sign up, pay through PayPal on my website, the Ross Performance Institute, rossp.com. All right. Are there any other questions? How would you like one? I like the snickerdoodles with toffee. The chocolate chip cookies taste like they came out of an MRE. For these cookies, I like these. No problem. They are Ladies and Larry's cookies. This is a snickerdoodle flavor. A serving is, oh, they trick you. A serving is actually only half the cookie. So a cookie is 2 servings, and let me tell you the macros on there. So for half the cookie, it's 4 grams of fat, high in carbs, I tell you, but it's not as bad as normal cookie. 27 carbs, but 8 grams of protein. So for this whole cookie, it's 16 grams of protein for the cookie. All right. So I like them, and I tricked myself into saying I'm having real dessert.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I noticed that most bodybuilders eat, drink whey protein.
Uh-huh.
Are you a proponent of egg white protein for those of us with allergies to whey?
I am not a huge fan of soy protein. That's the one that I don't really like, but egg protein is awesome. Awesome. The reason why I like whey protein, it's a very fast acting protein. It gets absorbed by your muscles very quickly, right? And it's cheaper than egg protein for the most part, right? So I like the bang for your buck that goes. In fact, this brand is my favorite because of the